Okay, so we've made our way from backstage, from the dressing room, here to the side of the stage.
Successfully.
And we successfully, we made it, we ran. And we are here at what's called Monitor World,
Yes.
is that right? And
Yes.
who do we have here? What is this?
Well, this is where, actually, this is Paul Soto, our monitor engineer.
Hi, Paul.
And
Hello.
I usually come in every day and I say, you have a customer. And he says, already?
Already?
There you go, that's your line. He gives me these earpieces and this here little box.
Mm-hmm.
These earpieces are critical. What he does back here, this is a matrix, and a very complicated matrix at that. Paul is one of the best engineers in the world at doing this. These earpieces block the sound of big halls like 10,000 seat arenas and echoes and clean up the sound. And through these, all these musicians can hear each other in any blend they choose. So it's a very complex matrix.
So each person customizes
Their
what
sound.
they want to hear
Exactly.
with their earpieces. So
Exactly.
yours is very different from, say, your violinist or your cello
Absolutely,
players.
absolutely.
Okay.
So I mean, you get so intricate that you can just say, I just want to hear the snare drum a little louder, or I want to hear a single violin or cello, or everybody gets to hear everybody else. So you can imagine the complexity of what this man is doing.
It is very complicated. How
Yes.
long does it take to get the sound and get everyone's mix just right before you hit the stage for a live performance?
Once you do it during rehearsals, it's pretty much well set.
Okay,
Then we don't change too much from day to day.
okay.
But it could take a couple of weeks to
Okay.
get all the stuff lined up and working.
Okay, and this is crucial for every live
Absolutely.
show. And who's responsible for making sure this gets to the stage?
Right there.
Right
You hold
here.
it. You
Doesn't
just-
look nervous, no pressure.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Very
There you
nice to meet you. Thank you so much. All right, why don't we go over and meet the orchestra?
go. Let's see some of the stuff.
Hey.
And they're all here. That's Victor
Hi, Victor.
from Paraguay. This is Sarah playing the cello. And this is Sasha,
Hello, Sasha.
Alexander Zurov, and check out this
Oh,
the
look
way.
at the microphone.
Look
Yeah.
how little it is.
So how is the cello? I'm sure it has to be in a certain place. It's very exact,
Exactly.
right?
Within a, well, it's also trade secret, so we don't want to say a whole lot. But and then it gets this particular microphone. You'll hear it tonight during the performance. It has a great noise rejection, but it goes through a lot of electronics, and it does justice to this instrument. It's very difficult to take an acoustic instrument and run it through a whole PA and amplify it to 120 decibels. It's a whole different animal.
I'm sure.
And to make it sound pleasant, it's taken us 20 years to come up with these little techniques.
To perfect it just how it needs to be.
And it's happening. Like, Sam, where's your... This is Sam Volgervinian from Armenia. And he's playing a very small cello.
Small cello.
I happen to think he's probably the best violinist in the world.
Wow.
And he's got a similar situation going, but in different electronics and different, yeah. And Sasha is from Moscow.
Wow.
And we're getting ready to go over there and do a concert tour of Eastern Europe, and he's going to be teaching me Russian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how many languages do you speak?
Not a lot, but every country that I go to, I learn
Try to learn
a little
the
bit.
language.
I speak
Okay.
Greek fluently, though.
I'm sure.
And English, I get, and a little bit of French.
Well, you know, you're from Greece, but you're an American.
Yeah.
So would you say you are Greek or American or both?
First of all, I would say I'm a human being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Greek, American, Chinese, Indian, whatever. It's just, and I learned that from the ancient Greeks, who are citizens of the world.
That's right. That's a very nice way to put it.
Let me
Okay.
tell you, that's the piano. It's everybody's seen the piano. It has microphones inside, gets amplified. It's not as interesting to discuss. But let me
It's
show you.
fascinating. Everything's fascinating to me, Yanni. Believe me.
show you the
Okay,
keyboards.
the keyboards. Let's look at those.
This is again a matrix. You see 6 keyboards, but really there's more than 6. There's probably 20 in here.
Explain that.
And
I
they-
see 6, but they're 20 or more.
Yes,
How?
there's a rack back here. There are virtual keyboards too.
Okay.
And these instruments talk to each other. So just because I touch one keyboard, it doesn't mean you're only hearing this keyboard.
Okay.
I can have, for example, like up here I have horns. Like, and I mean, this instrument is playing another 3 or 4. So you're hearing trombones, French horns, and of course the whole horn
That's
section
right.
too.
The entire orchestra back here.
So
as
you're
well.
getting a blend of electronics and acoustics. Like this particular keyboard right now is probably going to play 6 different instruments simultaneously. You get this,
Beautiful.
and you get that big sound.
Gorgeous.
One push of a button, and all the keyboards change sounds. Everything
Okay, so
becomes.
you're constantly
I have piano here.
beautiful.
If you, it's just constantly switching sounds. For
You're
example,
constantly switching to vary from song to song what you need.
here's some plucked violins. And you have strings. Some of the fans recognize the song, I know.
They are, yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
I bet
I put
it
it
is.
back on 12.
And the fans, I'm sure, are having a lot of fun getting this behind-the-scenes access, this private tour. And Yanni, I have to ask you, it's so nice of you to introduce us to these talented performers behind you and these artists. And I understand your drummer, that you have worked with him for what, 30 years?
Yes.
All the way, hello back there.
Sorry.
All the way back to your rock and roll band days, back when you wore leather pants and no shirt.
I never wore leather pants, and I know they're going to put up. What are you laughing? Now they're going to put up the picture with the leather pants.
I'm sure we can dig up a picture somewhere,
I'm
Yanni.
sure you can.
All right, we're getting another question in, I believe, from one of the fans. And here we go. Thank you so much. All right, this is from Brazil via Twitter. Okay, 1 minute before you get on stage, what do you think of and how do you feel? 60 seconds before.
I close my eyes. I won't show you exactly what I do, but it's a complete focus, and I see everything going well. There's so many different things that can go wrong during one of these concerts because it's the most complicated show there is out there right now. So I just have a way of just accepting that no matter what happens, we'll be able to deal with it. I take nothing for granted when you're live. Live is very exposed.
Very, like we are right now.
Yes.
Very unpredictable.
Yeah.
So a form of meditation in a way.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I was watching a sound check earlier, Yanni, I can tell you are a perfectionist, as am I, as are so many. But I understand that sensibility. And you told everyone, you know, all right, let's do this song, but I'm not going to know when to stop. So you've got to tell me when to stop. But that's, in a sense, what drives you, isn't it?
Yeah, I tend to be hands-on. I maybe too much sometimes, but you know, it's a choreography. In order to hear something and see something and make sure it all blends well, it's a choreography. The light has to be on, the camera has to be in the right place, you got to be in the right place, the sound has to be correct. There's a million different things that have to happen. Plus, you have to play well. All of that together, if you can do it really well, then you have magic.
Oh, it is so magical. Your music is so mesmerizing. It's so many things all at once. It's energizing. It's romantic. It's gorgeous. I think we've got time for one more live question from the fans. This is Cindy via Twitter. What is the most unexpected incident you have had to deal with on stage during a concert? And that goes to what we were just talking about, how it is so unpredictable.
It could be anything from funny stuff to dangerous stuff.
Oh, dangerous.
Well, dangerous meaning like things
Falling or blowing up. Or...
Yeah, or power. I walked out, I remember in Denver many years ago, and somebody hit a power pole and the power went out just as you walk on stage and you start and the whole sound goes out. Oh, no. It happens, you know. It's there is no, like I said, I close my eyes. I pray.
Just pray everything goes well.
Yes.
Well, I have a question for you. You have all of this equipment, and you are going from city to city, show to show. How do you logistically make sure it all gets from point A to point B and everything works out smoothly in that regard? Because you take the same keyboards, the same piano with you all around the world, yes?
Yes. We have the most amazing crew in the world. That's where it is. And it is like a military. It's so you'll see how quickly they put the show up and take it down. I have some of the best in the world. People that do the sound mixing, the monitor engineers, the people who do the lights. They're just top of the line. The same as the musicians. And in fact, we see the musicians and the crew as one. There's no. They are as good at what they do as we are at what we do. And then it all works well.
Oh, it certainly does. Okay, we've got time for another live question, I'm told. This is Sanda from Twitter. You are very candid on stage, Yanni. Do you get annoyed at times by your fans showering their declarations of love for you? Do you ever get annoyed?
No, I never get annoyed at fans. Why would you get annoyed? My job is to entertain them and uplift them, and they have every right to expect everything from me, and I expect nothing from them. If whatever they give me is a gift, I don't have a problem with that. It's just.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you take any of your success for granted.
No, why? That would be foolish. I think there's no guarantees. And we know, especially if you're an entertainer, and especially if you're like I am, who I'm stubborn enough to only want to do the music I like to do, and I don't really care what's in today or last year and what's selling, what's not selling. I've been able to write music the way I believe in it, the way it sounds good to me, with total disregard for my career. And yet I have all these fans around the world that want to hear what I have to say.
Have embraced it, yeah.
It's like, thank you. It's awesome.
And you say you're stubborn?
Yes.
Okay, let's get another question in from the fans. This is Arturo. This is also via Twitter. Boy, getting a lot via Twitter. Okay, when I listen to music, especially instrumental, I see colors in my mind, sometimes even pictures. Does this ever happen to you?
Yes, you can. I've heard people writing books to my music. I've gotten letters of people who can paint listening to my music, and they were not able, or they had a mental block. They felt they had a mental block. They use my music to open their mind. I begin with the emotion. I feel something, and it's usually very powerful, and it moves me into choosing sounds and rhythms, and I usually write in my mind. I don't have to play.
Okay.
I just kind of close my eyes and feel. When you feel the emotion, then it's easy to choose the sound, the rhythm, the speed. How you're gonna go in and out. It's.
Immerse yourself. Feel it. I have a question. All the aspiring artists, instrumentalists, performers out there who really look up to you and would love to follow in your footsteps in some way, what advice would you have for them?
So again, we were talking about it. Love what you do. It's passion. You have to love it. And dedication, you got to have faith in yourself, of course. A lot of times we think, who do I think I am, that I'm going to go write some instrumental music and the whole world will care? And that thought alone will stop you. So it's not like I didn't have this thought. I just didn't spend a lot of time in it. And just work at your craft. You got to stay with your craft. There's no, if you ask me, how did I get here? I have no idea. I just do it. I'm on a one-track mind. I am stubborn, yes. And I work. I sit down and I work.
You're committed. You're dedicated to your craft. Okay, one more live question, I'm told. Thank you very much. This is Saif from Egypt. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Sorry if I did not. Are you going to compose a song for Egypt? You have a lot of fans here, and we love you. All caps here, love you.
Right.
Yes.
I know that, and I'm going to do one better. I'm hoping to go play there. I want to play at Tahrir Square. And a lot of Egyptian people have been asking me to go there and play. We hope to make that happen sometime. And yes, You know, I don't know about writing a specific song, but probably I will when we do that concert.
Oh, can't wait for that. Okay, now it is time for you to get ready.
Yes.
Just, you've got a couple of minutes. I'm going to go into the audience, but coming up, stay right where you are. We are going to hear Yanni's first ever live performance on the web. It is Voyage, so keep it right here. Stay here. All right, thanks, Yanni.
Okay. We go change.